Okay, we are live. Hello everybody, welcome to Star Trek Pathos, Season 1, Episode 10, the Perishable Absconsion, Part 3, which, yes, don't worry, if you need to look up what that word means, go ahead, we'll wait. But no, seriously, I've got some very special guests here, namely the players. Hello!
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 Bye.
Hello, Roomsbath and VGR. Welcome. And anybody watching archived. By the way, if you're watching this archived, the archives, even though they're technically available on Twitch for a little bit, they are permanently uploaded to YouTube. I would prefer if you watched it on YouTube because, well, that's where it's permanent. It gives me a better gauge on how many people are watching. But anyway, just a little aside for you archive watchers, which I know is literally everybody on the planet. So...
everyone on the planet.
You're 18, aren't you?
Yeah. It wonders what a little PR can do. Anyway, would you like to introduce yourselves and your characters, please?
Sure. If we start from the top, that's fine. I shall start. Hello everyone, I am CangoFango and I play Doviah Drenlich Twossock, the communications officer on the USS Pathos, who is a human.
Hello, I am Dodrebur, or Dodd, and I play Captain Shiun of the USS Pathos, who is a Vulcan.
I am Rogue or Sir Rogue. And then my husband, not actually Sir. I play Nero and I play the Ace Flight Controller.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yay!
Great.
So, what do you think of today's session? Wait, I've messed something up. Okay, one moment, let me check my notes.
Wrong line.
Yes, right, we haven't actually, right, that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, so what I meant to say was, who wants to do the recap? Crickets? Okay, sure. So last time, well, the last two times, you had met with Commodore Cartwright, who took over from you, guarding the ship graveyard and the asteroid, while you were put on patrol outside of Federation space along the Romulan neutral zone. A little while into that assignment, you received a distress call. Upon investigating, you found a small-ish freighter that was having a lot of bad engine trouble. The inside was filled with toxic gases through ruptures of conduits and pipelines. And there was only one lifeson on board. She was beamed over to you. During the beaming process, there were some severe issues, which you later found out were due to a certain type of crystal, a low bay crystal, I think it's called, which she has as a necklace, on a necklace, like on a pendant, as a pendant. Upon doing some more research, namely going over there, you discovered that most of her cargo is nothing worthwhile, except for a metal cube, a large metal cube, essentially like a safe, which your scans could not penetrate. You also had discovered a little bit of movement on board, which later turned out to be a floating automaton, a robot essentially, which you did a basic inspection of, revealing 2 arms and not that much else in terms of functionality. It has a basic computer core, and a strange thing you noticed was that its memories seemed to have all been wiped. Yeah. Then you transported back over, having cleared the mystery of what the movement was, and the single crewwoman, if you will, woke up. You had a conversation with her. Let's see. Her name is Miss Catherine Stadtholz, or Stadtholz, if you want to pronounce it German, Stadtholz, but this is an American show, so that's not how it's pronounced. Yes, and having a conversation with her revealed that she is indeed the only crewman, and that the robot, she called him Sam, is a mechanical crew member that she has to help out, and yes, she wanted to investigate a strange noise, and so crawled into the inner workings of the ship, which is where her pendant caused disruptions in the complex EM fields in the impulse manifolds, causing the issues, basically. Now, a few notes is one, she said that that Sam suggested that she have a look as to what's causing the sound, and also that she claimed to have installed a while ago an emotion simulation core to Sam, which she then promptly didn't work out, and she tried to turn off but couldn't. She couldn't uninstall it, and so she decided to put in a program which periodically, after every order has been complete, deletes the memory so that this simulation core wouldn't accumulate personalities anymore, basically, because everything gets wiped after every action. The captain brought up that, well, first of all, the captain did an insight check, which totally worked out for her.
Yeah, I rolled very well, and they rolled very poorly.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. That's definitely what happened. So, the captain requested, well, actually the captain brought up the idea that perhaps Sam was trying to murder Catherine. So, she was shocked at this and told you that she was going to have him looked over the next time she gets to the starport. And the captain, for totally non-sneaky reasons, suggested that you could have a look at Sam while the ship's being repaired anyway. Totally an act of kindness and nothing else. And
yeah, totally.
Miss Stadholz accepted this offer. And I believe that is everything. Yes, space crickets.
I think
roll for momentum. Yes, roll for momentum. That's how this game works with task rolls. Yeah, if you beat the successes more than that, then yes, you've rolled for momentum.
I suppose so.
Thermite cracker.
So,
yeah.
Let's see if I can go 2 for 2 on just random theories thrown out there.
No, please don't.
Well, they're not random theories, but still.
Well,
theories with very little evidence just thrown out there.
Well, you are clever, so who knows?
Well, thanks.
So, okay.
Let's have a look.
Right, let's begin by establishing what all the characters are going to be doing when we start out. So we're just at that point where we ended last session. What kind of orders does the captain want to give, and what things do players want to do on their own if there are no orders?
So we definitely need engineers on that Sam robot. I think the captain needs to go over the manifest of the safe's cargo.
Yes, that's another point. Yes, you got the manifest. Yes, right. Remember, because she did also say that it's a collection of artifacts from Earth.
Yeah,
that's what she said. That's I forgot.
Valuable, but not dangerous.
Yes,
supposedly.
Yeah, I forgot about that as well.
Yep. Probably not related, but one never knows.
Until after the session and everything's being cleared up.
If everything will get cleared up.
So,
but yes.
I mean, like, it was notable enough for the GM to mention it several times. But
what does that mean,
I
really?
don't know. It could be a red herring. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want to do?
I think that's it.
That's it?
Look through manifests. Get this robot looked at.
Right. So,
Oh, and obviously send a repair team over.
yes. So, I'm assuming you want to beam the robot over to the Pathos, or would you like to do it
Yes.
over on the other ship for safety reasons?
No, we'll do it in ours so we have access
Okay.
to our lab equipment.
Well,
Makes sense.
if you decide
Don't know what
if
the
you
raider has.
if you decide to transport Sam over, then Mr. Westacre is going to voice his disagreement with that for security reasons. However, there's not much more that he can do. So
We'll have it examined before it leaves the transporter room, but
Mhm.
I think we'll...
Yes, because you had a look at it anyway before, and there was nothing dangerous about it.
Yeah.
Well, nothing that you noticed anyway. So, sure, gets beamed over. Would anyone like to take over a supporting character to lead the investigations, considering that Zaveru is probably going to be in charge of repairs on board the freighter? The Perishable, by the way.
I've got Zular,
Sure.
who focuses in computers and manufacturing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds useful.
Yes, those are two focuses.
Yeah.
Uses MKP to pin down Sam. Sam's not resisting.
It's a robot.
Yeah.
I know it's got 2 arms, but it's still a robot.
Yeah. Technically so had the Terminator. Anyway, right, so...
With an anti-grav unit as well.
Well, some of them anyways. So...
Yes. Anyway.
Right, let's get started. So, let's roll for that. Well... Okay. Since you already said you're specifically doing it on the ship so that your labs and stuff can assist, I'm going to allow the ship to assist. So, would you please lead the role? So you're going to be specifically looking for the emotional emulation core, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. In which case,
What the deal with that is?
in which case, it is going to be engineering plus, I would say, reason or insight, with the difficulty of 2, complication range 1, and computers would apply.
You said complication range
1.
1. Okay. Insight and reason are the same, but let's go with insight. Sure. What was the difficulty?
2. We have 0 momentum, by the way.
Okay.
However, all of
and the ship's
your
assisting.
determination refreshes, by the way, to 1. So, if you have less than 1.
Yes. All right, Zular. Let's start this off. Not bad, please.
Good luck.
Okay. Yeah.
There
That's
you go.
not bad.
A 13 and a 6. That's quite nice. So who would like to roll for the ship? Nero.
Oh,
Rogue,
no.
would you like to roll for the ship, please? In this case, engineering plus computers.
Computers, engineer.
It's an assistance
one.
die. It's an assistance die. By the way, are we
Okay.
still in yellow alert, considering that the engines on the ship have now fully deactivated and the atmosphere has already been cleared and things like that? Are we still in yellow alert with shields up?
I don't think so.
Okay.
There's nothing at this point to indicate an external danger.
Yeah,
and
considering
the
that
ship
Sam is
seems
inside.
stable, so-
What did I get? What did I get? Oh, 0.
You got
Oh,
an
I'm
18.
starting the way I lovely always start.
Yep, you get an 18.
love it.
Ooh, very
I love
close.
that stuff. Start the way I love.
An 18.
Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate response to this engineering procedure is currently unavailable. Very well spoken.
Yep.
So, right. That is going to take a while. Okay. Meanwhile, Zeveru needs to roll to see how fast the repairs are going to go. This is a difficulty 0 task because the repairs aren't that grave, and it's going to just be how much time it'll take. Engineering plus control in this case. I'm assuming EPS systems, sure. I'm assuming you don't want to buy dice with threat for him?
That's not.
No.
Nah.
Okay, so here we
I
go.
don't think so.
If it takes a long time, that just means we have more time to work with the robot. It's
And that's another
That's
18.
true.
That's another 18, the 0. Great.
Jeez.
This always
Oh,
happens. And a 10.
I've
Okay.
started it. I'm cursed. I'm cursed.
Okay, so there's the brain. Interesting. You sound a little bit like a certain mad scientist to me. Anyway, so we've got 1 momentum,
What I got?
and that's going well. So is there anything that Doviah would like to do during this time? I believe, Doviah, you were also there for when the captain, when Stadholz was being questioned.
Yes. I was. Although I'm not sure what happened after. I don't think I did anything
I don't think
else after
anything.
that.
Yeah, but what? I mean, if you want to question her further, then you could easily do so. She has resumed eating, and yes, the spilled over what looks like orange juice has been cleaned up.
Yeah. So I did already ask everything I had last time, so not really sure what I would ask.
I don't know.
So, and I wouldn't be able to help with the robot either, really, because I
No.
I'd probably just go back to my post on the bridge.
Okay, monitoring communications then.
Yeah, I think that's
Sure. If you think of something else, you can always ask later.
of course.
Well, probably. So, is there anything specific that Nero's doing during this time?
Probably. Give me a sec.
Eliza is really focused on disassembling Sam. That's good. By the way,
Probably.
yes, continue.
Probably gonna try and get probably contact the captain to ask if he can go over to the ship to have a look at.
Permission granted.
And put us over to the other ship just to look around.
Okay.
Right.
Are you looking for anything specific or just for general stuff that might seem odd?
Probably goes to the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you looking for something specific there or just general stuff that might seem odd?
Just a general look around.
Okay. Give me an insight plus engineering check in that case. And I'm going to set the difficulty to let's see. Considering that you've already looked around before.
I haven't. You hasn't.
Well, I mean that you as a group. I mean that the
Oh yeah,
people.
yeah.
I'm going to set the difficulty to 2.
Complication range?
1.
Huh? 2.
Alright.
Nice.
There we go. Now it's updated.
Look around.
Sometimes I just need to click on the window for it to update.
Oh, that is just ridiculous. Really rolled 20.
Okay, so that's all you needed. So that's already also going on. Now, is there anything specific that the captain would like to do?
Looking over the manifest.
Looking over the manifest. So, okay. Let's get to the manifest bit first. She's granted you access not only to the manifest of what's in the cube, but also all of her cargo. There's nothing particularly interesting about anything else. What's in the cube? Let's see. I need to find the correct name. One moment.
Sure.
Right. So it is listed as a collection of ancient Earth artifacts, specifically from the 19th century. A collection of there's a lot of tableware, children's toys, ancient engineering equipment such as pressurized steam hammers, things like that. A whole host, basically a slice of life as it was back then. The destination is a system called Brenner's Star, and it doesn't list where it was picked up, although she did already, I think, mention that it was picked up in Romulan space. Which, how these things got there, who knows? Probably tax reasons.
Oh.
Would you like to obtain information?
I don't know.
Eliza says, anyway, let us know if you find anything sussy, Captain.
Oh well.
Nothing yet. Other than, it being in Romulan space to begin with. But that's not the freighter's fault. So.
Have they been playing with the new Pokemon game? God damn it!
Do the toys do they still work, or are they just old broken things?
The manifest lists that all items are in pristine condition.
All right.
But I don't know how that is going to be helpful to anyone at this point.
Yeah,
unless you want to conduct an insurance scam.
Damn it, I could be playing Pokemon Red. Oh. Fire Red. Haste.
Noted.
Sorry.
So.
Dreaming about my childhood, don't
Okay,
I?
so if you don't have any questions at this time, Yes, Victorian toys, basically. From that time period, the 19th
Aww.
century. So,
I'm not even laying that down.
okay. Let's go over to what Nero's doing next.
Yeah.
So, you're on the SS Perishable, having a look on the bridge. You see the same mess of wires connected over to all the different panels and buttons on the captain's chair.
Oh yeah.
You manage to figure out that it looks like most of the functions from the different consoles have been made accessible through the captain's chair, but this system looks like it is very inefficient. Like I said before, you can do the stuff, but not very well, and not very quickly, and not very easily.
You should do it this way, you should do it like this, you should do it like this, you should put this to this, and much more efficient.
Yeah. So,
Right.
you have a look around,
Yeah.
and you find that, with that check, you find one little detail that might be a little odd, which is some of the consoles, they're not touchscreen or anything, no, they're analog, have a series of scratches on them around some of the dials and buttons. The scratches look as though they occurred during operation of the controls, but a human wouldn't do that. Has Nero been made aware of Sam?
I think if he was aware enough of the situation to want to go on to the other shit, he would be aware of Sam.
Okay, then yes.
Okay. I'm aware of the robot.
So the scratches might have been made by the robot operating the controls. Who knows?
Do I know if... Do I know who's dealing with the robot?
Oh, hello, Infamous.
Ah, are you here?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Hello.
Finally.
Welcome.
I hate technology.
Finally, I hate technology.
He says.
He
Well-
says the one called the infamous Trekker, who's currently watching a live stream over the internet about a sci-fi tabletop role-playing game, which is being held virtually. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. Can't see anything.
I hate modern
Anyway.
technology. Oh, right.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said. Anyway, it's good to have you.
Yeah.
So,
Do I know who's working on the robot?
just some of the... Actually, it would be... Yeah, you know that it is Zular.
Okay. I will contact
Zular Baf Korkan.
Yes,
Korkan.
that one. That's when you say it. You don't. God damn tongue-tied stuff. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yes.
That does sound appealing for the summer. For a little bit at least.
I can't see the chat.
He says, I want to live in the woods alone like a hermit.
That sounds like a great idea. I want to do that. Actually, I want to do that for a long time.
So, anyway,
Sorry,
right, what do you want to
let's
do?
stop me being a hermit and go on to Yes. So I contact the engineer.
Okay, so you contact the ship, and then
Yes.
Doviah routes you through to the intercom, which is
Yes.
currently in that lab that's being used.
Mm-hmm.
So, you get through to Zular.
Yay!
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
It's Neo. Yeah. Does the robot have claws by any chance? Just asking.
I would like to examine the robot's hands.
The hands are pincer-like. Good to grab a variety of different things. They look strong enough to be able to do lifting work, carrying heavy things, but also fine enough to be able to do more fine things. Great vocabulary, I know. In short, yes, it does. Which is funny considering that Bones very much was.
Yeah.
How what am I looking for? What are the ends of the pincers like?
The ends are... Okay, so there are two per hand. There are two parallel plates that are mounted on like turntables in the back, so they can be rotated around. They can open and close, and the ends are flat but slanted, so that if the hands are angled down, it can be used as a flat edge, but there's also a point so that it can be used for more precise things as well.
Great. I'll just say I describe it because I can't think of any clever way to describe them. So.
Big pincers.
Yes.
Very clever.
Would Neo know the difference, or would?
Judging by the description, it does look like these marks could have easily been made by these type of hands.
Something tells me that the robot has been flying the ship.
I wouldn't recommend that, but
yeah, I know.
People make their own stupid choices.
It's already a mess, but anyway, yeah, it looks like she's been having the robot fly as well.
All right, I'll check its programming, see if it's
I'll scan
suited to that work.
I'll scan some of the scratches for you to have a look at.
Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for him.
Okay. So, since we're already with Zular, let's see how Zular's getting on, shall we?
Yeah.
So, the robot is cooperating. There's no resistance. Do you attempt to switch the robot off before you have a look at its insides and how it's operating, or do you attempt to do that while the robot is online? Or you can find a happy medium if you can.
Yeah. If there's like a debug mode or something. I don't know.
I mean... You don't know enough about the computer's programming to be able to ascertain if there is or not at this point.
Okay.
That's a thing you would find out later as you're already looking over things.
I think I'll leave it on.
Okay.
See if it starts acting strangely.
You mean like taking your phaser? No.
I don't think I'm
you don't
carrying
have one. You
but
don't
sure.
have one. You don't have one.
Would be strange though.
Because normally you do have to pay with threat if you are going around with phasers while you're not in red alert.
Yeah.
So
Except in the
yeah.
Saturday campaign.
yeah, because
where,
of the way that game started, it wouldn't feel right. Anyway,
And the way my character is.
so
My character.
and Steve's character.
yes.
Oh yeah.
So wait, Steve's character. Anyway.
Eh.
Anyway. So, you and your team managed to disassemble the robot. Enough for you to have a good array, everything laid out neatly. And yes, you know how to put it back together again. Looking it over, the new stuff that you learn is that there do appear to be a few additions made to the main computer core, literal devices that have been welded on and integrated with the wiring inside the casing. You can't physically tell what they're designed to do. They're probably to do with the robot's AI, but to know what's actually doing, you would have to look into the programming, which is something that I believe you said you wanted to do anyway. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so looking into the programming, we can take the same roles before. It's just general looking into things. So looking into programming, so you find so that there are technically three programs that you find. The first one is basically like a base operating program, which has things in it like how the computer can control the robot's body, the speech, and both the speech creation as well as recognition software.
Mm-hmm.
This is also where the whitelist is, concerning who is allowed to order the robot to do things, and very basic things like that. The second is that's the first. The second is the last orders, which the only currently running orders are to delete all memory banks after the last orders have been completed, aside from these orders. That's the second thing that's running. The third thing that is running appears to be like a continuous standby loop, which it was probably put in when you told it to stand by for inspection. Looking into what kind of things the robot is probably capable of in terms of programming, things look quite basic. You manage to find out that indeed those attachments to the main computer core do appear to be AI libraries for behavioral patterns. but at this point you can't identify what they are. That would take further research, and probably also some active tests, which may or may not be dangerous.
Yep.
So, one moment. That needs to. One moment. The window's there we go. Okay, so that's happening. The repairs are going well. So, okay. Is there now anything that anyone would like to do?
Except probably trying to work out how to fly this thing with the whole entire mess it is.
Mm-hmm.
And probably muck around with it, try and make it more efficient. Going,
Okay.
yeah.
Give me a difficulty 1 engineering plus control task with a complication range of 2.
Oh. Okay, range of 2. Was it control? And then
Control plus engineering, yes, that was my
That's fine.
suggestion.
Okay, that's cool. I don't think any of that will work, but hey. No, subject recognition won't work. I am not winging that one. I could. I can. Okie dokie. This is not very, very fun, but okay.
Huh.
Hey!
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, that's a 1. That's a
Well,
nice. So you've generated
I think
2
I may have been
momentum.
just way too good. Right, well, go on, DM.
Okay, you've generated 2 momentum. Good. So you managed to make several improvements. You take off the panels that were kind of, because it looked like the control panels on the captain's chair were put on one at a time. Like, oh yes, we've put it, yeah, we'll put this on. Actually, no, we should need this some. Yes, we can fit that around there, and kind of built on, which resulted in a not very efficient use of space and things like that. So you take all of that out. Manage to improve some of the wiring as well, which improves reaction time with the computer systems, and you manage to wire it together in such a way as to pre-plan where things are going. So now there is still going to be quite a severe penalty for trying to do anything from the captain's chair in flying the ship, but nowhere near as severe as it would have otherwise been. So, congratulations. You've helped out Ms. Stadtholz, who is currently busy eating up your supplies. So...
Oh, don't worry, we'll probably take some of her supplies, it's fine. I'll go get paid by my work.
Okay. So that's happening. Is there anything that Doviah wants to do, or do you still have nothing at this point?
I don't know what I would do, really. I think I'm fine just being at the post at the moment.
Okay, sure. So, Captain, what do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
You've looked through the manifest, checks out with what she was saying, but then again, if she knew that it didn't, she wouldn't have offered it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. So, what do you want to do?
Probably grab Westacre and perhaps the one who scans to see if the safe checks out with what's on the list.
Okay.
Sure.
And I'm assuming that Kango will take over that character, the supporting character, yes?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Okay.
This time, sure.
So, you go over to the transporter room, and Officer Keithran, the transport operator, half Andorian transport operator, as you come in, looks like he's just kind of quickly put something down, kind of behind the console on the floor. Something he had in his hand, and then stands up straight over to you, kind of, Captain.
Right.
Yes, you did. We all know you did. Where to?
Captain makes a mental note to send a message to medical after this.
Oh no.
Cream soda. Oh no.
Cream soda.
Oh no, you're introducing Discovery stuff. No! No!
Cream soda.
But yeah, to the cargo bay.
Okay, off to the... Okay. Right, so... Or was it something else? I thought it was a Discovery thing with Tilly. Anyway, I don't know. So, you get
Something
beamed over.
like that, I think.
Oh, that might have been it. I might have confused them. It might have been Shield of Tomorrow. I could have confused them in my mind because
I don't remember
I might have been visualizing the red hair. That was probably why I thought of Tilly. But no, that would make more sense. Yes. Anyway, if you don't know Shield of Tomorrow, look it up. It's a series on Geek and Sundry. It's a series on Geek and Sundry. Anyway, so yes, you materialize over there, and now you can actually see what's going on because everything's been cleared up. You can breathe normally, and you can get to work. So, what do you want to do? The cube is there. Yes.
Be weirder if it wasn't there.
It would. It really would.
But yeah. I'll send the one who scans to be the one who scans.
Okay.
The one who scans shall scan.
All right.
Right.
He must fulfill his purpose in life,
So,
to scan.
What kind of purpose? Just to scan.
So, the difficulty of this. Okay. So, the base difficulty of scanning through this is 3.
Okay.
+1, because you're not using any specialized equipment, you're just using your normal tricorder. And then I'm gonna
44.
and then I'm gonna add buy 1 with threat, which sets it to 5.
So basically it's next to impossible. I don't know.
I will allow an
Never
allow
say
an
never.
assist. I will allow an assist.
Alright.
One assist, yeah. Is that the ship or
How
No.
much
another
momentum
plane?
are we on?
2 currently. Although technically that should be 1, but I already said 2, so we've got 2.
Alright. Sure.
Thank you. So could buy 1 die with threat with momentum, and then an assist. That'd be 4 dice. So I'd have to get at least 1 crit and all other successes in order for the roll to be successful.
What focuses does he have?
Starship
Also, what
recognition.
talents?
Yes.
Also
Cautious
important.
science.
All right.
Focuses. Archaeology? I mean, if they're. I don't know.
No.
Not really. It's just canning itself, not the actual stuff that's in it. I'm not sure if that would even apply then. So. So I can use the talent, right?
Yes. If you're using science.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, science plus insight or reason. What do you say?
Either one.
I'll go insight. That's likelier to succeed. So that's
Alright.
also one die purchased with momentum.
Thank you very
That's-
much.
Puts to 1.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled 3 dice then.
Yes.
Unless you're buying with threat as well, yeah.
Which no one can stop you from doing.
I would be likely to succeed. I'll say that much.
True.
Yes.
No one can stop me, but I would still.
Plus, I already spent
Ah.
a bit of threat on making this more difficult, so...
True.
Yeah, it wouldn't be totally unreasonable, I'd say, to buy one with threat, one additional one.
No, I'd say that's fair.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you for the purchase.
Sure. 4 dice plus the assist. That's 5 dice in total.
Yes.
So.
Okay, so that'll be Shiun.
You roll 4.
Yes. So. Sure. Here we go.
Yeah, the infamous tracker. That series helped a lot for me too.
That's 2
Wow.
successes.
Well, good thing you bought that die.
Yes.
Now
Also
which-
the talent.
Yeah.
So.
Which one do you want to
Can
re-roll?
re-roll one.
One of the ones?
They're both 14s.
Oh, I was gonna check that and you said
Oh, and the other one is a
Yeah.
6 and a 5. So we've got
yeah.
on the outside a 6 and a 5, and in the middle 2 14s. Interesting.
I'll roll
Yep.
the 14.
Wow.
I'll roll 1 14.
Almost a mathematical symmetry.
There we are.
So that's
Right, well, that's
3.
3.
It's better.
But
Hmm.
I don't think any focuses apply on this for me. So
All we need to get it to. I'll say 1 dice. Oh man, that's 2. It's a 13. Oh,
what?
I'll do 1. It's a 13.
Ah. Barely. Barely. But the other one's barely failed, so I guess it fits.
It's out.
Oh dear. This doesn't. Okay. I mean, I guess either it happens or we get 3, 4, or 5 out of 5. So, complication range was 1.
1, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Okay.
Good luck.
Hit positive.
Ah, 1.
4 out of 5.
Nice.
Okay, not bad, not bad. It was a 2. It was a 2. If a focus had applied, if only a focus had
Oh,
applied.
that's lucky.
But no,
If only.
That's unlucky.
Still
not what the
success
character's
though.
geared for.
Yeah. So,
Still pretty good though.
Yes.
I like a 2.
and it doesn't mean that you completely fail.
Yeah.
You just don't necessarily reach your goals. So,
Mm-hmm.
you take a considerable amount of time scanning this metal cube, and it is really, really difficult. It looks like this was specifically designed to counteract being scanned.
Hmm.
But then again, it is basically a safe.
Right.
You find out that it is made of parts of it are made of titanium, which is the same stuff that a starship's hull is made of, laid out in a kind of lattice structure to kind of reflect a lot of the scans. There is a hollow space inside. You can beam through titanium. It's not made completely out of it. And who knows? I never said you couldn't beam through if you wanted to, but then that might break some laws.
Just a couple.
But if you wanted to, I didn't say that you couldn't. So, inside... Okay, you managed to get a couple of things. One is there are no life signs inside.
Good.
Good.
2...
I feel like they'd be in rough shape if they were.
Mm-hmm.
2... a lot of the area inside appears to be empty. But you don't get much more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It would be quite interesting if you couldn't beam through titanium. You would have to have like these transporter shafts going through the ship that the transporter beams could fit through because it can't go through the titanium.
Alright. Can I look at the scans and the amount of area that is taken up, compare that to the manifest, and try and see if there's less or more in there than there should be?
Okay, sure.
Good plan.
Given that the manifest didn't specifically mention the quantities of the items,
That's a bad manifest.
it is.
Oh, don't.
Especially
She's,
since all the other stuff that she's carrying, all of that had quantities and volumes where applicable, but this particular thing does not. Given that you do not have this information, you can't be sure, but it feels a little on the empty side. Like it feels more half empty than half full, let's put it that way. Like if this collection wasn't that big, sure. But then if it wasn't that big, would you really need this kind of level of protection? Who knows? Maybe you do. Good to know that you still have that thermite grenade. Wouldn't want it to go missing.
What's in or around the Brenner's star system?
There is a colony there. The colony it's part of the people who set up the colony were Federation citizens, but they have declared independence at some point, but then there were negotiations. It's a bit unclear.
Interesting. And is that in like this general?
It is within this sector.
Area?
It is within this sector.
Right. Okay.
An ancient wooden doll in pristine condition.
And we're already outside of Federation space.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. So, supposedly, some Romulans got some ancient Earth artifacts, put them in a safe that prevents
not necessarily
scanning.
Romulans. Not necessarily Romulans. There are lots of member worlds that are part of the Romulan Star Empire.
Whatever.
This is lore, it's important. Anyway, continue, please.
Romulan allies of some form. Put it in a safe that is protected from scans. Because how dare anyone scan our Earth artifacts?
Oh no.
And sends them to this random colony? Or something that is in that area? Perhaps just a ship that's passing through? Does it say?
It says... It just says the colony as the destination. There is a contact there. Hold on. One moment. Need to find this NPC. One moment. Where is it? Actually, did I write it down in this file? One moment. Okay. So the contact is a certain Dr. Benter. I'll post the way out how that's spelled there. Dr. Benter.
Oh, thought so. Well, the spelling, I mean.
Could be a gold-plated bomb. I mean, maybe.
Oh, it was in reference material that threw me off.
I mean, it is reference, isn't it?
Yes, but that's not usually where we put names.
True.
But noted. Dr. Benter. That's definitely sus. I don't know what it has to do with this weird situation.
I mean, what do you want from me?
I'm just voicing thoughts. See if maybe someone else can add thoughts.
I could, but they would probably just be distraction. Like this thought.
Thanks for that.
That guy. I remember that guy. Yeah, Arsenal of Freedom. That was a good episode. It did have a few plot holes, I think, in it, but I like the episode. It had a clever solution to it as well. Also, it showed off some of Data's strengths, so... You said about voicing thoughts.
So, another thought. If the ship it was received from included Romulan security officers, then it might be related because then they might have given orders to Sam.
Perhaps.
And Sam does take orders from them as well as the crew.
Yes. It's probably one of the conditions for them operating in the Romulan space in the first place.
And Sam is conveniently programmed to erase the logs after fulfilling such orders.
Very convenient, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, just had a funny thought.
It's plot convenience.
Is it though? Is it? Or is it deeper?
Maybe he was talking with some Romulans like, man, I got this problem with my robot. And they're like, well, maybe you could just like have it delete everything every time it completes an order. That would stop it from doing things.
Don't say
Yeah,
it's
that's
carrying
it. That's a perfect
like
idea.
delicate information. It deletes it or deletes it every time. Nah, that makes sense.
So, does anyone feel like having a chat with a certain captain?
In a moment, I need to check something.
Ah, no. Oh, okay.
When was this received?
You mean the cargo?
Yeah, the cargo.
It listed as a few weeks ago.
Is that... I mean, for it to take... I mean, I guess freighters don't travel as fast as, like, Federation starships,
No.
but...
It is normal for freighters to take weeks or months between stops. That is a usual thing. So, yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess we need to talk to this captain.
Okay. So who wants to go back onto the Pathos?
Weird and don't like it.
Also, I will say, I'm really happy that I bought that increase of difficulty on that roll with threat. So,
I bet you're loving it.
what do you want to do?
To the Pathos, I guess.
To the Pathos. Okay. Is everybody of this team going back? So including...
I mean, I don't
I'd
see...
probably want to leave Westacre and Gwissom there,
Sure.
in case after questioning I just wanted to real quick be like, hey, can you check this?
Yes, that seems
That
like a
makes
good plan.
sense.
They totally won't get abducted or anything.
Well, we also have engineers on the freighter, so I think it's probably...
Yeah, because engineers never get abducted. Packlets. You won't get that reference if you haven't seen TNG.
Yeah, nope.
I haven't.
I don't get any of the references.
Oh, your lights are still off.
Yes. It is quite...
Anyway,
the face cam is
So,
illuminated
you go back to the
enough.
Pathos, and you, I'm assuming, speak with her in sickbay, because that's still where she is. You enter. Anyone who wants to be in the scene, you can be in the scene. And she's currently got, like, beside the sick beds, there's like a monitor, like one of those really quite thick, boxy monitors on a swivel arm, kind of turned in front of her, and she's watching some old film, some black and white film. And just kind of chuckling to herself. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still in my post, so yeah.
I mean, yeah, if the captain wanted to have other people there for a conversation, that work. You don't. Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
I could always play
Sometimes.
Ken.
Just good to have an extra set of eyes and ears.
Yeah, I'll play Ken the security.
Okay.
Ken, is it Ken? Yeah, Ken there.
Yes.
Say Ken again.
Yeah, Ken has already been introduced this episode. Yes, I believe so.
No.
I don't
Yeah,
think
not.
so.
Yeah, that was last time. Which
I
means
can do
that
Doctor,
yeah.
fine.
that would then use up the last supporting character
Yeah,
slot.
I'll do Doctor.
Doctor? Okay, sure.
The doctor would already be conveniently
that-
in medbay most
I
of the
mean,
time,
we don't even need plot convenience for that.
Yeah, Doctor. I'll play
It's
Doctor.
it's natural plot convenience.
I'll
Naturally.
play the Doctor. The Doctor. Let's play Doctor.
Not the Doctor.
Yes, the
A
Doctor.
Doctor.
No, the Doctor.
He's not the original article, you might say.
Ha.
Anyway,
Yes,
He's
sorry.
Future generation.
Sorry. So, you're there.
yes.
Yeah.
She's still watching the movie. She's kind of noticed that you've come in, given you a little smile, but she's focused on the movie.
If you could pause that for a moment, we have a few more questions.
Yes, one moment, if I can find the which button was it? G looks and kind of presses some buttons, and he kind of rewinds a little bit, then she presses a different button and pauses it. Kind of swivels it away, and turns over to you, crossing her arms, and gives you a smile.
We have examined the manifest that you sent us, and there are several unusual circumstances in this. The manifest is not as thorough as your usual records. Additionally, the container the items are stored in is heavily protected against scanning, which seems like an odd feature for something carrying ancient Earth artifacts.
The captain's logs.
Yes.
Any better?
I believe I do have an explanation for that. You see, when the Federation had implemented the trade ban of Romulan ale, the Romulans banned several other artifacts from the Federation, including archaeological material. My customer had it packaged in this because he was worried that there might be conflict there, and it might be best if the Romulans didn't know what was inside. As for the discrepancy on the manifest, I honestly do not know. It is the information that I have received. Sam checked it out as fine when we got it. Incidentally, that brings me onto the subject. What have you discovered regarding Sam?
We're still in the preliminary stages of investigation from the report I've received thus far, they are only beginning to break down the exact parameters of its AI programming.
Right, very well. Please do keep me updated.
Of course.
What does...
This may
Okay.
seem like a strange question, but Sam is programmed to receive orders from Romulan security,
Yes?
which is understandable. When was the last time you had Romulan security on board your freighter?
That was... Yes, that must have been when we crossed over into the neutral zone, exiting Romulan space. That was only... What was it now? A little less than a week ago, perhaps? Why do you ask? You don't suspect that the Romulans could have put Sam up to anything, do you?
I am not ruling out any possibilities at this time. However, she sure does seem eager to jump on any possibility, things to blame it on.
Just a bit too
Maybe that's
much.
just me being paranoid, though.
I don't know.
Just a bit too much.
And I feel like I'm playing a deception game.
I mean,
Ugh.
maybe it's just who she is. Who knows?
You said a little less than a week ago.
Yes, if you want to. I'm sure I made a log about it, if I didn't forget.
The captain logs are about as useful as the manifest by the sound of it.
I have been notified that they're somewhat irregular.
Yes.
However, we checked your ship's logs, and their last log of any visitors on your ship was about a week and a half ago.
Well, the passage of time... If you're alone for extended periods, sometimes it feels different. Sometimes time passes very quickly, other times it seems to crawl by. Go by the logs. I'm sure that I made a reference to it.
Yet you didn't seem uncertain in your assertion that it was less than a week ago.
A simple mistake.
STA insight check.
Okay, sure.
This didn't work out very well for me last time.
I'm
but,
gonna say,
yeah.
in this case, I'm gonna say security plus insight against her probably command plus presence in this case, unless you can convince me of something else.
Bluff.
Yes, bluff will work. Why it would work for the captain, I have no idea.
No, security insight does make sense. Just
I suppose you could also use
Not the best thing for
medicine.
my
You could
character.
also use medicine if you're approaching it from a psychological impact.
I'll do that.
Psychological point of view.
Can I do that as a what's
can you
it?
call in an assist from the doctor?
Yeah.
Sure.
'Cause I got
Why not?
psychological, So I have.
Why not? If you want an assist from the doctor, go ahead.
Okay.
What's the roll?
Insight plus, for you, you can use medicine if you want to.
Yep. I'm going
Alright.
to use psycho.
And our momentum
What is
dissolve.
Yes. It
I
evaporated
get
into the
nervous.
ether of nothingness.
Yeah.
Psychological.
Which I know is a
again-
contradiction, because the ether, by definition, is not vacuum, it's not nothingness, but we'll just glance over that.
Yeah.
I'm using the
yet again-
focuses.
Focuses don't apply for me,
Me they do.
and I'm not spending threat, so let's hope for the best, I guess.
Okay.
With my 12 stacked. Oh dear.
Okay.
1,
1. So
Not
you get an
bad.
assist.
15, and a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. 1, damn it.
We don't have a TARDIS here, Kango. Okay.
Damn it.
I'm going to spend 1 threat to buy another die.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 successes. So she seems to be quite genuine. It appears as though she has made a simple mistake because her perception of time is not, maybe not the best.
I'm not filled with confidence. But
But you are filled with determination, and that counts.
Haha.
I
I mean, that's great.
Okay.
It's a great start.
Damn it.
Also, at this point, I would like to spend 2 more threat to introduce a complication.
Cool.
Lovely.
So, complication is the intercom chirps. Would you like to answer it?
Yeah.
Answer it. It is. It is Zaveru. It says, Captain, this is Zaveru. Yeah, we're almost finished here. We're going to be finished in like maybe 15 to 20 minutes. The damage was really quite superficial, most of it. We have had to replace some of the impulse manifold, but luckily we had the parts on hand. Oh, also, Nero's made some improvements to the wiring on the bridge to make things a lot more accessible and easier to control.
Very well. In that case, we shall conclude our in-progress investigations and hopefully send you on your way. Looking at Shoutouts.
Okay. She just smiles. An innocent smile.
Lovely.
So, are there any things that people would like to do? Doviah, you've overheard this as well as your communications. What would you like to do? If you have something that you would like to investigate or do things with, you've got about 15 to 20 minutes. And no, we're not doing this by the book. This is actual time, not by the book time.
I'm still not sure what I would do though. I would like to do things if they present themselves, but I'm not sure what I could really do.
It depends. If you don't have any ideas of what you want to do or things that you could do, then you can't really do much. But like you could speak with Stadtholz a little bit. Maybe you
Well,
can...
if you're not certain right now, you can think about it while we go back to the robot.
Yes. And if you don't come up with anything, that's fine too. You don't have to.
Sure.
But of course, I would prefer if you did. So,
Yeah.
right. As that's happening, is there anything specific that Nero would like to do, having concluded his rewiring work?
Probably just go back after.
Okay.
If there's anything else I can do.
Well,
For
if
that,
you would
I'll
like to
go back.
speed up the repairs a little bit more, you can help Zaveru.
Yeah, I could do. You going to there? Yeah, I'll probably help
Okay. Give
Yeah,
me...
why not?
roll me an assistance die, basically. So just engineering plus either insight or control. Or reason, I guess.
Control.
Any of those three would work.
Control and engineering then.
And only one die.
One,
Complication range 1.
dice. No, that's gonna help.
Ah, there you go. Another success.
Nice.
So, those 15 to 20 minutes now get cut down to 12 minutes. You're literally just finishing up. So, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
So now back to the robot.
Yep.
You've been working at this and working at this, and does the captain incentivize brevity? Sorry, you cut out there a little bit, or maybe you didn't say anything. I don't know.
Yes. Make that a rush order.
Okay. So in that
Order
case,
to go.
I'm gonna need another check from Zular.
First class delivery.
So this is going to be engineering plus daring. It's going to be a difficulty 2, complication range 2.
Same day delivery.
Same day, yeah. Sometime in the next 24 hours, it'll be fine.
Right. Still have no momentum.
I did spend quite a bit of threat earlier, so if you would like to refund me some of that, please feel free to.
Please don't.
But you've still got quite a lot.
Do I?
I'm sure you do.
Mm-hmm.
Focus still applies.
Good.
I don't like the odds on a 12.
Maybe the evens will do better.
I would like to spend 1 threat.
Okay. Sure.
Hopefully that's not wasted. So let's just look away from the screen and press the button.
Ah.
Well, you can look back now.
Great.
2 successes.
And the increased
But-
complication range counted.
Ah.
And
Oh,
I'm guessing
man.
you don't... Yeah, you don't have any sort of talents that would help you, yes?
I have cautious engineering.
Ah, well then go ahead.
Oh.
Although no,
Says
it's bold.
momentum.
It would be bold. You'd need bold.
Yeah.
That's right, of course.
Ah.
Of course. Well,
Bit of a pity, but, you know, 2
I'm-
successes still.
I'm gonna just convert that into threat. So instead of giving me 1, you've given me 3, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So, which by the way, leaves me with only 1 more than I started this session with. So, overall, I've just
Okay.
gained 1. So it's not too bad.
Balances.
Mhm.
So, you do succeed. So you find out, you do some basic tests, considering you're doing daring, you do run some active programming tests, trying to give orders to it, just basic orders for it to do. 30 threat for our next session next week. I've been in the 30s as well, yes. But that was a while ago. Anyway, so... Ooh. Yeah, so... The 2 modules that seem to be attached, one of them appears to contain navigation routines, operation routines, things that would help with running a ship, basically. So that is things like charting warp navigation trails, operating transporters, not necessarily figuring out the transporter equation things, but just operating them.
Makes sense.
Things like monitoring communications and other ship operations, basically. There is also some emergency medical first aid programming in there. The other addition to the main core you expected it to be the emotional emulation core that was mentioned, but it looks like it's just a random collection of behavioral patterns. There's all sorts of random stuff in there. One thing is a dynamic joke generator. Another thing is a gardening subroutine. Just the most randomest stuff. And there is an order to it. The structure of the programs does look like they were all programmed by the same programmer, the same creator. But it's just random stuff. You were unable to find any sort of remaining emotional emulation programming. However, that doesn't mean that it wasn't once there.
She did say she tried to remove it.
Yeah. But she also said that she failed, and that's why she put in the forgetting thing. Or maybe she just imagined it. Maybe she did succeed at it and just interpreted behavior into Sam's actions where there was none. Or maybe Sam got rid of it when Sam noticed that you were going to look at it. That's also a possibility.
Ugh.
Or maybe all those random programs are just encoded other programs. So it looks like they're running like this, but if you run them in a certain combination or order, then it decrypts into other programming. That's also an option. I mean, there are loads of stuff here, but nothing that you can really do in 12 minutes.
Just a jumble mess.
Like everything in this situation. It's like everything about it was put together to confuse people.
I wonder why.
I don't like it. But my character doesn't know that.
Your character doesn't know that you don't like it. I see.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, like your desk. Put together to confuse people. I definitely have some of that. Hold on. I mean, look, papers everywhere. It's just, yeah.
My desk is mostly empty
Anyway.
these days, actually.
I mean, all the papers are in a nice stack, but that's neither here nor there. Well, it is there, technically, but it's not relevant.
Anyway.
Yes.
Wrong game.
I've got notebooks here as well. Trust me, it's just stuff's on them at the moment, so I can't show you.
I see.
No, you don't. Anyway, yes.
That's a wrong game. We're not
Wow.
playing papers, please.
Great.
Haha. True.
Alright. Send a report to the captain. What was found. I guess back to questioning.
Oh,
Yes.
Have more questions. Always more questions.
always the questions.
That seems to be a trend in my games.
However, before the captain resumes the questioning, I think she's going to send a message to Raylock asking how the situation is going with negotiations.
Ooh, okay.
And she'll send a message to the negotiator as well.
Right,
that
so that's going to be a roll for Doviah to see how quickly a response will get through. So this is going to be... Let's do control plus engineering, assisted by the ship's communication plus engineering. The difficulty is 0, but how many successes you get will just determine how quickly things get done.
Sure, then subspace communications focus?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Could you imagine if the captain needs to do questioning and you think that you might want to do a lot of insight checks, just the captain walking in, doing this incredible inspirational speech, and then doing the questioning just to get a bit of momentum.
To whom? To themselves or to the ones that want to question?
Who knows? Just to the room.
Well,
That would be so funny.
Mm-hmm. 2.
2. Okay. Right. Dodd, would you like to roll for the ship?
Sure. What is the ship rolling?
Communication plus engineering assistance die.
Alright. And okay. Let's see. Extra 1.
Okay,
Nice.
great. That's 3, so now we're at a total of 3 momentum. You manage to get it through to the correct people very quickly and efficiently, which means that the message is going to get processed a lot faster, and you should expect a response probably within the hour.
Great.
So, questioning.
Yeah. Alright. Same people as last time, I assume.
yeah. It's cool.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
She has now changed back into her usual clothes and is no longer in bed.
That's good.
We have concluded the investigation of Sam, at least to the extent that we had time for. There were irregularities. The emotional emulation core you mentioned.
Yes?
It would appear that there is no emotional emulation programming included. There are, however, a random assortment of behavioral patterns that seem to have no relation to each other. Where did you acquire this module?
Oh, I bought it of a trading post somewhere near the neutral zone on the Romulan side quite a while ago. Why do you ask?
There is so much erratic programming. It is difficult to tell what the original intention was.
Like, what do you mean by erratic programming? Could you give me some examples, maybe?
Well, one of the patterns that were noted was a joke generator Another was a gardening subroutine. The first I could see possibly being included in an emotional emulator that one might use on a ship. The second I find difficult to rationalize.
Well,
Is there a...
he did, after I installed it, he did... Well, I thought he was developing hobbies, but... Actually, that was one of the reasons why I decided to disable it, because... Well, I just got a little scared, but... You're telling me that it was pre-programmed?
It would seem so.
Oh, well...
Either you successfully removed the emotional component, or it was never there to be removed.
I knew I shouldn't have bought that thing.
Can I roll for her psychological behavior?
Yes, what do you want to find out?
Is she suffering from something?
Okay. Medicine plus insight. In this case, it's going to be a base difficulty of 1, but it is going to be a competed roll.
Insight and insight and
Yes.
okay. Convocation range
1. Yes.
Okay. Like and ice 2. How many do we?
We have currently got 3 momentum.
May I have one? Is that okay?
Sure.
Sure.
Insight, medicine, psychological lolo. Should be good at this. Rolling.
Oh, there's the stream type
3.
command. Nice.
Doink. Let's go. I got 2. Damn it.
Okay, 2. And the 0 was an 18. Interesting.
18. Ah,
Again.
god damn it.
Again.
Why?
What, is that the third 18?
At least it wasn't a
stream?
complication.
I mean, that's good.
Okay.
Every time.
Ah.
I guess Roll20 really just wants to keep up the mystery, I guess.
Apparently.
So
God damn it.
the only
Yeah.
thing you really find out is that she does seem to be suffering from... You notice symptoms of acute loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit, there's a little bit of, what's the version? You notice, of course, the quite obvious gullibleness of her.
Gullibility.
Gullibility, sure, if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, she seems fine. Physically and mentally.
Damn it.
This really isn't going well for you.
No. It's like...
I mean, it's a game of chance. Partially, at least.
God damn it.
So, as he's doing that, what does the
Damn it.
captain want to say?
I would ask you to reverse your orders on deleting your robot's memory. It is very difficult for anyone who is trying to ascertain information about your freighter's condition, or the condition of its cargo, or activities.
Oh, yes, I suppose... You're sure that there isn't any emotional emulation there? You're sure?
There is none found. Unless the programming has been engineered in such a way that it appears to be something it is not.
I doubt that would be the case. Such a thing, I would assume, would be much more expensive than what I paid for this.
Unless they wanted you to have it.
I suppose so, but why?
Well, if it did attempt to kill you, who knows? We could remove the module.
Yes, please. Please do. Just to be sure.
Alright. We'll remove the module and you'll reverse those orders. And
Yes.
everything should be back to normal.
Yes. Although, were you intending on keeping the module?
We might be interested in investigating it further. Should there be more to this than there
Right.
appears to be.
Well, consider it a gift for all that you've done.
Very well. Woo!
Right.
What a lovely
God damn
gift.
I mean, at least you've got
I'll
something out
ensure
of
it
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll ensure it gets removed, and
Uh-huh.
we will contact you if anything comes up.
Right, yes. I'll be getting ready for to go back to the Perishable. Again, thank you all so very much.
Of course.
Let me just ensure psychological honest.
Right, so I'm out of character. I'm here too, right?
You didn't say you were. You said you were at your post. But if
I thought you said you went to the same team who were questioning her before.
And you requested not to be there before.
yes. However,
Last session, I mean, I was there.
yeah, but we weren't referencing last session.
All right,
If you
that's
want,
my
if you
mistake.
want to say something here, if you've thought of something and you want, you think, well, actually, before she goes, I'd like to say this. I'd like to talk with her about that. That'll work. You can just come into
I
the
just wanted to
conversation.
stay
now.
out of character first.
If you want to come into the scene now, that's perfectly fine. That happens in the show all the time. People
Yeah,
talk and then there's a break and then something
So
next thing
do
happens.
we know, out of character, do we know? Like how did you get Sam again? I don't remember at the moment. The
I think
robot.
Sam came with the shit or something.
Oh right.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
Hold on, let me go back to my notes.
God damn it.
Oh dear. Okay. Alright. Not specified.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for looking though.
Which is why I said I will neither confirm nor deny that.
So,
Good to know you're still here.
sure. Yes, good. I mean, if she...
If you want to ask
Was
her
it-
We
where she
didn't
got
find
it.
anything strange in Sam's fundamental programming.
No.
Sure. So, did we ask her about the robot, like where she got it from?
I don't think so.
No.
Then sure, I would like to ask that. So I would
Doviah?
actually come in then.
Doviah enters the scene, comes through the doors, just as the captain's finished. What she was saying. So as you come in, she turns over to you and says, hello, officer?
Hello, Miss Stadtholz. I did have one more question for you, if that's all right.
Oh, yes, of course.
About Sam, where did you get him? Like, where did he come from?
Well, there's actually well, originally I had planned on hiring some more crew, but I decided against that for personal reasons.
Right.
And so I thought it would be better to acquire a robotic crewman to take over some of the tasks. I bought him on... I can't remember. It might have even been Romulus. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Romulan technology.
In my mind, I just thought you were going to say eBay.
I thought
That's,
before as well.
of course. She says, it's not Romulan technology, it's just something I picked up somewhere around there.
All right.
Why do you ask? Good question.
Just general curiosity. And the base programming of the robot wasn't changed, right? The module was only added on top of it, right?
As far as I know, yes. I did have him undergo several checks.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose the engineers might have messed with something, but I've not detected anything like that.
Right. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And by the way, I suggest you do get some crew at least. You're fine, but still a level learning there. So I do suggest you do.
I know, but being alone out there for months at a time with essentially strangers, let's just say that you hear stories when you're at space dock, and I like to be more on the careful side of things.
All I'm gonna say is, for your own tad little mental health, thinking it worse, I would at least try.
I'll take that into consideration. Yes. Thank you very much.
But otherwise, you're pretty good.
At that point, you get notified that the repairs have been completed. Everything's been cleared up. She's ready to go.
Yay.
Right.
Perfect.
The robots also
have that-
been put back together, and also just waiting for the clearance. They're both going to be transported over. Actually, no. They're going to take a shuttle because of the thing, I would assume.
Robot put back together sans additional module.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you're going to take a shuttle over to avoid transport issues.
Yes.
Okay. So, who's taking her over?
I wonder.
The one who pilots.
Yeah.
Gimme.
And before she gets on the shuttle, probably just confirm that she gets rid of that order before
Yes,
she leaves.
she's confirmed that she, in fact, she's already done it. As you went to collect, when you collected Sam, she gets rid of the order.
Good.
Which unfortunately doesn't retroactively restore the records that have been deleted.
Shock of all shocks.
So
Erasing memory banks is not reversible.
So you get to the shuttle. Nero, you're there, waiting with your chariot. Waiting with your chariot.
Yeah.
And yes, bored. Any final words anyone would like to say before she leaves?
Safe
Before you
travels.
set off? Okay.
Bit generic,
Be
but
careful what you purchase.
She gives you a smile and then steps forward and actually gives you a hug. Says, yes, I will. Right. I wish you all safe voyages. I hope that your mission here, whatever it is, will be a smooth one. And farewell. She then boards the shuttle. Nero, you enter after her. The shuttle's ready to go. Everybody else exits the bay, shuttle bay, gets depressurized, space doors slide open. Bye-bye. Space doors slide open, and you begin piloting out. Nero, you are currently alone with her and Sam. Is there anything you would like to speak with her about on your way over? The way it's going to take a couple of minutes to get there.
Oh, I basically talk about that I slightly improved the captain's chair for you.
Okay. Yeah, so, okay, you chat about that for a little bit, and you get the feeling that she does appreciate that a lot.
Hello, Nella.
Oh, hello! Right,
Oh, hi.
so, give me...
Timing.
So, Neo, give me a command plus presence check
Oh no.
versus her command plus insight.
Command. Plus presence. Oh no. Oh no.
Yes, good night.
Well, this isn't gonna go well. Okay.
I mean, we'll see.
I mean, it's not like this episode is called something suspicious like allure or something.
No, definitely not.
Ah, that's fine.
Great. Right, presence plus command, yes,
Precedent, yes.
yes, totally. Caucasian range 1?
Yes.
What's our momentum?
We are currently, well, at 1. We're at 1.
Are we gonna lose it if the team changes?
Yes.
Thank may I have it, please?
Go ahead.
Thank you very
Sure.
much.
Okay.
I am so...
We just to pick up his cream soda. Yeah, of course.
Yes, I am
Totally.
totally creamed. Right,
Soda.
you ready?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yay!
Ooh. 18, 10, and 14.
Jesus.
0, 0, 0.
And to top things off,
Wow.
I'm
She gets a
gonna
1.
spend
dead.
1 threat, which will put me back to the same number that I started the session with.
Well,
It all comes full circle.
Let's have a look. Okay. Those are more than 0 successes.
Go figure.
So, okay.
VGR's going.
well,
Okay, bye-bye,
Eliza
VGR.
next.
Eliza. Yeah.
Bye.
So, the conversation continues. She is asking some quite specific questions about the installation, how you change things, and how she'll be able to control certain things now, and things like that. But
oh, new character.
nothing. No, you don't die yet. But nothing
Not what I meant, by the
strikes
way.
you. Nothing strikes you particularly off. So you make it over there. They both leave. Take the shuttle back. Everything's fine, and the Perishable jumps to warp towards that system whose name what was that name?
Brenner Star.
Brenner Star, yes.
Hiya.
Thank you very much. Towards Brenner Star. The ship gets over into long-range sensors, and yes. As things on board the Pathos get cleared up, some time passes. What would you like to do as captain and as other people?
Well, I imagine that time passage is spent eagerly awaiting word.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to do before that?
I think Zular keeps examining the module, and other than that, I think I don't think anything in particular.
Okay. Right. So, about an hour or so passes. Doviah, you get word back.
Mm-hmm.
Namely that negotiations are going very well. Commodore Cartwright has been late for a few of the meetings. However, other than that, everything's going smoothly. And he also mentions that he suspects that the lateness might be a strategic move rather than an actual mistake.
Who suggests that?
What was his name? Raylock or something like that.
Raylock.
Yes.
I don't have the name in my notes.
It's the guy that Shiun had prior dealings with when in her backstory.
Oh yeah. Okay.
From the first
From
Federation.
her original trade negotiations with the First Federation.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
Great.
you have that information. If you would like to... Actually, you can't. So, yeah, you've got the information.
Yeah. I will of course tell the captain.
Mm-hmm. Sure. That all goes well.
Great. Yeah.
Huh.
Nice.
I don't know. Something. I got something tingling. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right at all, and I hate it.
Is it your captain
But-
sense that's tingling?
Yes, my captain sense.
I was waiting for the
Is that? Does strategic lateness seem like something that Cartwright would do with his background?
He does seem to be quite an aggressive negotiator, so it's reasonable, yes.
Okay.
I mean, at least it's reasonable.
Yes, I know we've gone past 11, but I want to wrap things up or get to a specific point, whichever
And
comes
I
first.
haven't actually heard back from Cartwright yet.
Not quite
Just
yet.
from Raylock.
This might be more of his strategic lateness.
Strategic lateness with his
Yeah.
ally?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do another time skip until you hear back from him, that'll work fine. Stream latency. No, not latency. I mean, it might be a thing. It might be a thing against stream sniping or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is bugging the crap out of me.
I mean, if you want to skip ahead until you hear back from Cartwright, you can do that. There's nothing preventing you from doing that.
I just feel like I'm missing something.
Join
Or
the
maybe we
club.
just rolled poorly on the things we needed to do
Yes.
to notice something.
That must be it.
Who knows?
Ugh. My roll is bugging me the hell high, so worry about it.
Actually, I'll make them.
Did get a lot of
Yeah.
extreme and slight failures during this episode.
This episode is just being bad on rolls.
Yeah. All right.
I'll put that there so I don't forget it. 1 moment. Like that. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work.
I can't think of anything, so I guess time skip again.
Okay.
Just.
Sure.
Sure.
I don't like this woman. She's throwing me off.
Okay, so, Rogue, I'll put you...
there we go.
So, since you had Dr. Tom Robin.
Yep.
Here is a little thing concerning a certain drink that was supposed to be taken a look at a while ago. So, there you go.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Right. So,
Damn it.
meanwhile, would you like to skip ahead to when you get word from Cartwright?
What's that about that drink, though?
I mean, Rogue can get back to you whenever he chooses to. That is independent of when word gets back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Give me a sec.
Well, I don't know what Cartwright gave us. Well, gave me, I guess.
Yep.
No, it's not a time to be a bugger.
As a GM, I'm loving this episode. Just, there's so much
Going on?
so much mistrust. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's just everything's just too conveniently mysterious.
Conveniently mysterious is a great way of putting it.
Just feels off.
Yeah?
Just feels off.
Yep.
Just can't put my finger on it, and investigations didn't make progress, so...
Oh, you don't want to read the infamous Trekker's last message on Twitch if you don't want to be paranoid. What is it? In the same episode.
But there are also times where, like, I'm running a game and players get, like, fixated on something. They're like, this is suspicious, and I'm like, no, it's just a thing.
True.
You can focus on something else. It's fine.
True. But then again, sometimes suspicions are warranted.
Yes.
I will send that to the captain. Should I send it to her now? Or
Go
do you want
ahead.
to send it to you?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. It's your
Okay.
information. Yeah. If something feels off, turn it back on and simply... Yeah. If something feels off, turn it back on. Yeah.
There you go.
They still
Oh.
don't... We had the same thing when I introduced spies. There was so much mistrust going on.
I've only heard stories about the spy days.
Yep.
Spy days, I should just say the... Oh god, that...
Let's not say.
Yes, let's not. There you go. Have fun with that. Now I'm even more paranoid.
Yeah, the mirror universe doubles. So you've got the changelings, then you've got the spies and the clones, and the mirror universe doubles, and each one of that acts like a multiplier on the previous set. So you just end up with so many different combinations.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't know either. What do you think I'm getting for getting like?
And everybody's
I
watching
knew
the
there's something
stream.
up.
Everybody who's watching the stream has no idea what's going on.
The thing is, I knew something. That's why I did psychology watch it, but I damn it.
It's basically just, I don't know, like extreme alcohol drug. Because it's not like alcohol doesn't technically already do some of those things. It's just more intense. Much more intense. To a level where I don't know why anyone would drink it for pleasure.
That would cause
It's
a lot
also
of
one of those
chaos.
things.
Yeah.
It's also one of those things where I don't know why it would have been given at the time that it was.
Maybe it was just handy.
What species was Cartwright?
He was a human. Particularly, he looked like he was a descendant from Africa, so dark skin. Do you want to skip ahead now to when you receive word from Cartwright?
Yeah. Yeah. This is weird. This is all weird.
Okay, so skip ahead. Doviah, you receive word from Cartwright, and basically he's saying that negotiations are going well, and he wishes the Pathos safe journeys. Nothing more than that.
I really don't like that. But it's one of those things where, like, it alone it's not bad, but my brain has just been so prepped to be suspicious that everything just sounds suspicious.
I mean, even this sentence sounds suspicious, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Damn it.
So, what do you want to do?
No caption, that is the entire message.
You're all now back on the bridge. Nero's at the helm. What do you want to do?
I think
Therefore I am. Yes, I know.
always.
Oh, hello there.
Freddy.
Freddy Ubu. Welcome. You're just catching the end of the stream, sadly. Well, ish. We're still in gameplay. We're still doing gameplay, but we're getting to near the end. We technically should have finished quarter of an hour ago, but we're getting there.
Hello, yes.
Welcome.
So, much as I'm still suspicious of everything, and the captain still really wants to have this module investigated properly, and doesn't feel comfortable with this whole package thing. I I think she'd just have to send a report that it was suspicious and continue patrolling because she has her
Okay.
orders and she can't go against them.
Right. So. Sure. So you give
So
the order. Nero, you've got free reign to follow the patrol path.
Okay.
Do you do so?
Mm-hmm.
So you engage the warp engines, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You jump to warp. Everything appears to be normal. Time passes.
Mhm.
Time passes. A couple of days pass without event until boom. And without events until
Mm. There we go.
Doviah,
Yes.
you get it's main engineering contacting the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to put it on speakers?
Captain, main engineering is calling the bridge. Shall I put it on speakers?
yes.
Press
Put on
button.
speakers.
Comes in speakers.
That's okay, don't worry about it. So,
Yeah, that's right.
Chief Medical Officer, CMO. It's Mr. Zaveru, says, Captain, so you know how things were hectic during all the repairs and things that we did a couple of days ago? Well, I've just had a little bit of free time, and I wanted to take another crack at trying to solve how the puzzle box worked, but I can't find it, Captain. I've searched everywhere. I can't find it.
How?
Yeah.
I was the last one to have the puzzle box. I know, but I don't like it.
Hmm.
Damn player knowledge.
Although, do you know, or do you just think that you might know?
I suspect because I can't think of any other rational explanation for it.
So Zaveru goes on and says, Captain, I went back, checked the internal sensor logs, and the last time it was on sensors was when we beamed that Stadtholz woman on board. Then there was the transporter issues, and then after that I couldn't find it anymore.
do you think the transporter issues could have been used to hide another transport?
That's my theory. You were there. I had to shunt power from all sorts of different systems just to compensate for that crystal. I think I shunted power from internal sensors as well. I had to. It was the only way of getting her over alive.
This is a more serious issue than anticipated. If it was targeted enough for them to know what they were trying to get off the ship, that indicates far too much insider knowledge.
He's got nothing to say to that. So, well,
I think the captain has to send reports of suspected espionage activities, information leaks of some sort, and that she's tracking down a person of interest.
Okay. Which, by the way, since Brenner Star is within the Brenner sector, it even falls within your designated patrol area. Not the path you were supposed to take, but it falls within your patrol area. So that works out great. No, what are the chances of that, the infamous Trek, huh?
What did he say?
You have a spy. I knew it. It's a non-corporeal cloned changeling from Section 31 in the Mirror universe. What are the chances of that?
I mean, it is interesting that Mirror Shiun was an information leak to the Romulan Star Empire in the Mirror universe.
True.
But this is definitely a turn.
Unidentified person of interest detected in main deflector control. Detain, block, contain.
Always main
Yes,
deflector
of course.
control.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think that's a good end for the episode. And then next episode, we can have a bit of a time skip. And we might do a little bit of stuff between them, just to see like how you progress. We can skip ahead and then get back into where it gets interesting. So that was the Perishable Absconsion.
Nice.
I hope that name makes sense. Now,
We just rolled bad.
yeah, you did.
Ah, damn it. I knew there was something.
Yeah.
Ah.
We rolled really bad on attempts to question the same person repeatedly, and therefore got nothing.
Yep.
God damn it.
Good. Yeah, I was about to say that.
I knew it was targeted. I don't know.
Absconder means steal, right? Yeah. Abscond means to escape quickly or run away or bolt or flee, make off.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a bit freaking easier.
That you could just imagine what was going through my head when you said, "Oh yeah, I wanna help clean up the messy controls and things, make it a bit more efficient."
I had to play carrots or faces.
Aww. Yeah. It means to make
Do
us.
it.
Alright.
I knew it was target, I just didn't know what they wanted to do.
Yeah. I mean, if any of those rolls regarding the questioning had gone at all any better, you might have gotten a little bit more information that would have allowed you to piece it together beforehand.
God damn it. I knew there was something.
But it does seem a bit suspicious though, the whole thing, doesn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
There just wasn't enough to give you justification
Yeah.
to dig deeper.
Yeah.
So
Like,
Mm-hmm.
gut feeling was like, this is wrong. You gotta do something. But the law was like, no, you need evidence.
yep.
And
Okay. Bye-bye, the
Shiun
infamous
does
tracker.
have a focus in Starfleet protocols.
It was good having you in chat
Bye.
again.
Indeed, it was. It really was.
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely acted within character, and you've also made the adventure more interesting, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Shiun is better at talking than deciphering.
Yes.
Yes, bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
So
Command
anyway,
presence of 17, security insight of 12.
uh-huh.
Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it's good to be a Kaz once in a while.
Yes. Or a Steve.
Or Kirk.
Or Kirk, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or that grumpy veteran cop who insists on going on his hunches. Classic.
Yep. Maybe Shiun should learn to exaggerate.
Yeah, that's something she needs to learn how to do. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we should probably end the stream now. We're just
Yeah.
rambling on a bit.
Gabbling again.
So, thank you all very much for watching. This stream will be archived on YouTube. Again, if you're watching the archive, please watch it on YouTube, because that's way I can more easily see how many people are watching and things like that. But anyway. So,
Our paranoia and suffering are indeed on archive. Thanks for watching.
And on that note, good night.
Night.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
We'll continue next time with a new episode.
Yeah.
Episode 11 of Star Trek Pathos.
Good night.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye.